My name is Emiliano Lopez, and today we're going to talk about automotive and transportation industry. I am studying international business, and this is an activity about cognitive computing number two. First, I want to talk about the industry. As we know, the industry includes designs, manufactures, operation of the vehicles, um, also the growth of shared mobility, like for example, a platform like Uber, Lyft, uh, also electric vehicles which use electric batteries instead of gasoline or diesel, etc. Well, the main activities that includes, for example, uh, vehicle manufacture and design. For example, engineers, designers work together to improve performance, safety, comfort, and energy efficiency. The transportation, logistics, and fleet management is the one that, for example, planning the routes, tracking shipments, maintaining vehicles. Also, there is the safety systems and traffic control, which basically includes their airbags, automatic braking, uh, lane keeping assistance. The fourth, the autonomy drive, but it's something that we're going to talk later. And energy and emission optimizations, for example, the use of electric batteries, hybrid engines, and renewable energy sources. But what is the cognitive computing and what's happening in this industry? Well, in this industry, uh, the one that the vehicles adapt and are like human drivers. For example, they're including a lot of data from cameras, sensors, GPS, radar, those types of systems that will make a better solution and take better driving decisions. For example, we can see here that there are some companies like Tesla, Waymo, BMW, and Mercedes-Benz that have integrated these types of technology in their autonomous systems and driver assist platforms. And a real example that I wanted to talk about is Waymo, which is a company that is in the United States and it's already in use in some parts of California. And here we can see one of the most advanced applications using this cognitive. Why? Because they are using, first of all, talking about what is Waymo. As we know, it's a company owned by Alphabet that wants to develop self-driving vehicles. Um, their systems basically can recognize uh, persons, cyclists, and other vehicles, predict how they will move, learn from every type of using the data they have, and in other words, they try to make safe driving with only 20 uh, accidents in their history. And what is the benefits about using this? Well, first of all, the safer driving, which is basically that avoid accidents that can be controlled in some ways, and that people can use that time making another things uh, better, that there's less traffic and use of fuel because of the smarter routes that they will use, and also because they can learn from all the data which is collected around the world. So the conclusion is that a lot of people are trying to change this type of cognitive computer, but I think that this is a real example in a short term that we can use it. Why? Because there has been a lot of investments in these types of things, and there are some countries which are available for these types of project, but also there are some countries that I think, for example, in Africa and Latin Americans, here in America, uh, I think that, for example, Mexico is not ready for this type of engine because there have to be a lot of, of plantations in all the cities. And I think that it's something that we need to start working on.